Now, not content with a career as a supermodel, Tasha de Vasconcelos is now devoting her time to improving the quality of life in her native Africa.
Born in Mozambique, where she spent the first 10 years of her life, she is now an honorary consul for the G8 to bridge the gap between Europe and Africa.
And she runs a charitable foundation called Amor, which is about to open an eye clinic in Malawi. That's the country from where Madonna has adopted 2 children, a process which has drawn some criticism from Tasha. And first of all, Tasha, just explain to us why are you so concerned about people like Madonna and people like Angelina Jolie who adopt from some of these countries?
First of all, good morning, and it's lovely to be with you. I'm very concerned about the work on the ground. I'm concerned as an African born. I'm just concerned that we respect the traditions of the chiefs and of the country, and that we help the children in the country and not take them out into a Hollywood lifestyle, into a world that as a refugee, I lived 2 revolutions, and I know what it means to lose your country and what it means to know that you have a country that you wear on the soles of your feet and in your heart, certainly for the rest of my life.
But you are now in a position, you've obviously worked for a long time, you made your home in Monaco, you're in a position to go back to Africa if you wanted to. You've chosen not to. Why is that? Why do you not live there now?
I'm useful when I'm bridging the gap between both continents, and I think we're in a moment of a historic moment for Africa. I was born at a time in history where things happen, but we're in a very exciting time for the world. When I speak of I never would, as the EU ambassador, I was given that role by President Barroso to shine the light on anything that was needed in the combat for poverty and social exclusion. And that, in the Millennium Goals of the EU, has repercussions to Africa.
You talk about shining a light, it's all about raising awareness, isn't it? So a lot of people may argue that Madonna and Angelina Jolie have sort of put Malawi on the map for people in popular consciousness, because not a lot of people may have heard of that region in Africa or know what was going on there before they visited adopted children. So for all the criticisms, you have to argue that perhaps they are doing some good by highlighting what's happening.
I think what you can highlight is really the maternal mortality issues which are at stake, and building a hospital in 2009 with Amor, and with an amazing, the woman that I would highlight would be Joyce Banda, who is a shining light of Africa. That's a lady who today we need to support. That's a lady who today I think it's about women empowerment. I think it's also about saving lives and starting from the ground, where education comes after, but first you need to touch the maternal health issues. And on the presidential initiative for that, I'm working very closely with her. We were with the former president of Ireland, Mary Robinson, only a few weeks ago before I left Malawi, with Annie Lennox, with some really great ladies who are doing so much and who are joining together in this cause. I don't speak against anyone. I don't give anybody any. The only thing I can do is talk about the work on the ground and tell you that we have 11% today from 25% 6 years ago of HIV maternal transmission from mother to child. The work is solid. Africa needs us more than ever. I have Africa in my heart. It will always be, but I'm also English. My heritage is also English. It's also Portuguese, and I'm very proud of that. And from the Europe bridge to Africa, for the G8 summit, I would also like to put a special highlight on Africa as a top priority. We need a good continent in front of us. It's the cradle of mankind.
Sorry to interrupt, but just how much concern do you have that Africa is still seen by many people in Europe as simply a place of starvation, of drought, and of starving babies?
It's absolutely not. It's the place of the future of resources, of many natural resources that Europe is looking at. It's a place of human kindness that we need to learn more and more from a continent that has so much to give us. and so many lessons to teach us about mankind. And humanity is really about reaching out to your brother And I think they do that so well. Whichever way one can today, in a very difficult time in the world, in a time when we've gone to war with Mali, when we need to have a good, stable Africa, for a good, stable Europe, and for a good, stable world. And we need women leaders that shine that light. And we need projects that are empowering women and helping young girls have an education. And not talking and not just giving checks like some of the people that we've spoken about. All I can say is that I read the newspapers like you do, and it's only what you read, and that's what I know. So I don't give any lessons to anyone. I just say that the work we do is solid, and I'm a doer. So, and I'm happy to be in London.
Well done, and good luck with your role. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
You're watching Sky News. Coming up.